gozaimasu, konnichiwa, konbanwa, guten Morgen, guten Tag, guten Abend, guten Nacht, buenos dias, buenos noches, buenos tardes, bonjour, bonsoir, bienvenue, buongiorno, ohoi akosamash, annyeonghaseyo, assalamu alaikum, shalom, makrimaka, dzień dobry, ki ora, what it do, good morning. It's early morning streaming, it's morning we're streaming. Hi, how are you? Happy Monday, happy day after Easter. Are we in focus? Are we in focus? Yeah, we're in focus, that's fine. Hi, the day after the Monday, the day after Sunday. Glad you guys are stopping by. Thanks for watching. This past weekend we did the watch another. I don't think there's actually a proper title. It's like I've called it like 9 different things, but I watched a movie with Yins. A lot of people stopped by. We watched House on Haunted Hill, a Vincent Price horror movie. It really isn't. It's more like Clue. It's more like a little bit of a you look at it through a lens of more of a whodunit type thing than a horror. It holds up for a public domain film, right? That I can just show and not get copyright strikes. I get people trying to copyright strike me, but we'll win. Fuck whatever Robo Kids is, who apparently take movie sound, like the entire audio track from a movie, and lay some like shitty techno over it, and then copyright claim it as a song. Like, fuck them. So yeah, I mean, it's fine. But for like stuff that I could just kind of like stream and not get sued, it's pretty good. It's alright. It's a good story. But yeah, thanks everyone who stopped by and watched. We'll do it again. I'll get another one of those set up. I don't have one up now for you guys to put all of your channel points into, primarily because be going out of the country here for like a month. So I have no idea how I'll be streaming. Like I want to stream. I'll try to stream stuff occasionally, but it's not going to be, I'm not gonna have like a gaming PC with me, so I have no idea what that's gonna look like. So, but we'll do another one. I do like watch this movie with you guys, and there's a couple other films we could watch, but honestly, at a certain point in time, we're really gonna get to the bottom of the barrel. I know Screaming Platypus is as generously called as it's like Mystery Science Theater 3000. It's just me, and I'm not that funny, so. But yeah, it doesn't have to be a great movie, but if it's an enjoyable movie, that goes a long way. But that takes us to here. Why are we here now? We are here to watch. I didn't sleep great. We're here to play. That's the word, play. We're here to play Blue Prince. Blue Prince is here. I know nothing. I can't stress this enough. This is part of the play a game with zero research, which is what I've decided to start, considering it in that capacity of just like, don't research, don't do anything, just play it. This one comes to us from Jinnerbaum, friend at Jinnerbaum on Twitch. I almost said Twitter. He might be on Twitter as Jinnerbaum. I have no idea, but he's definitely on Twitch as Jinnerbaum. He just said I should play it because it's right up your alley. You'd like it. So I just bought it. Here's what I really don't. I don't know if this is a first-person game. I don't know if this is. I'm making some assumptions based on they didn't tell me, hey, you should have a controller, right? So I'm guessing mouse and keyboard is the way to go. But maybe it isn't. I might have to change my mind. So yeah, he said, yeah, it's right up your alley. You'd like it, so we're doing it. And Steam didn't say anything about this game should really be played with a controller. And all I can really tell is the little screenshot. Blue Prince is out. Blue Prince is out. Like, I haven't read anything, and it's categorized for me in Steam as yet to stream it and has achievements. I don't know anything about it, but it doesn't say anything about controllers. So, I'm guessing it's either a point-and-click adventure, a first-person 3D mouse and keyboard I don't know. You get the gist. So, we're just going to jump into it, and yeah, let's get going. I logged in. I started the game long enough to get it to run in a window instead of being full screen, and set the resolution I like to stream games at, and then that's it. So here we go. New game. Blue Prince. Jin knows me well enough to know what games I'd like, so I'm excited for this. This is loading. Hopefully my computer can run it. I don't have like a great computer at the moment. It's not terrible. It sounds like it's running. Doggo Bamboo presents in association with Raw Fury, a game by Tonda Rolls. By Tonda. Tonda's here to bring you video games. Powered by Dreams.
I, Herbert S. Sinclair of the Mount Holly Estate at Reddington, do publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament, and hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore made by me.
Codicils is a good word.
I give and bequeath to my grandnephew, Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece, Mary Matthew, all of my right, title, and interest in and to the house and land which I own near Mount Holly.
Alright, Stardew Valley, Grandpa died, left us a farm.
Provision and bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45-room estate.
Alright. Brewster's Millions.
The location of the room has been kept a secret from all staff and servants of my manor, but I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner. Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse.
Okay. So not a horror game. Well, wait, I don't know that.
To set my hand this 18th day of March, 1993.
We're not okay. I find that I find that ageist to think that we were all still doing shit on like vinyl in '93. It would have been. It could have been a CD, right? Like, I think it was gonna be like the 40s or the 50s. Like that's ageist. Yes, it could have been a DAT player. We had technology. All right. Maybe I still don't know that it isn't a horror game. So like I had in my mind, I had discounted stuff like platformer or Metroidvania when it was just mouse and keyboard. Jin doesn't normally. I don't play a first-person shooter, so I don't think he would recommend anything that was a first-person shooter. So I'm guessing this is a detective game of some sort. There's steps in the top left corner. Art style seems relatively interesting. Find the 46 of the 45 rooms. I can actually find it interesting because I'll recommend it later when we recommend movies. But I just watched Knives Out again. So, like, I got Last Will and Testaments on the brain and Mr. Movies on the brain. So, let's get into this. Okay. Probably WASD, right? Yep. WASD is doing shit. All right, so mouse and keyboard. Step 1, do not do what the game expects you to do. No jump, no crouch. Whoop. Shift to run. Shift to run. We are a spicy runner. This kid's got some doom in him. Huh? All right, so step number 1 to the game is just to give up and leave. Do not do what the game expects you to do. Subvert expectations. Huh? How much can I subvert? So is this going to be like Myst? He wonders out loud. There's a mine here. All right. So let's assume for the moment that the game wants to tutorialize us. So we'll do what the game wants us to do. All right, looking around. Ace of Spades. Queen of Diamonds. I'm just going to start mentally noting stuff. And assuming. Searching for the estate can be exhausting. Each time you enter a room, you lose one. When you have no, you will be too tired to search. You must call it a day. All right, so that's how it's going to gatekeep our access, is by our number of feet. Once we're in a room, I'm inferring, we're free to roam about the cabin. But changing rooms is where you run out of gas. Welcome to Mount Hall. It didn't say anything about there being a time limit in his will. It's just like if we give up. You may not remember, but I have fond memories of your many visits here as a young boy and hope these rooms provide you with much amusement as they did in Lost Days. The rooms provide you with amusement. It's puzzle rooms. By the time you read this, I will assume you're fully aware of my last wishes and all details and requests. Please do not mistake. It's like an escape room. My intentions in giving you the challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you nothing could be further from my mind when I chose you as my heir. With that said, here are a few ground rules of this commission covered in the fine print of my will that I feel I should bring to your attention. No tools or items may be brought into the estate from the outside. No tools or items found on the estate may be taken. Wait, tools and... I didn't sleep great. If this is like a really brain twisty game and I didn't sleep great, this is going to be awesome. Tools and items found on the estate may not be taken off the estates. You may not stay overnight. I don't suspect that any of these stipulations should prove an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself, but it's very important that you start fresh each morning and not rely on the success of the previous day. One final word of advice. Do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. The grounds have provided me a home for the last century. I am uncertain of which room lies beyond any particular door. Your grandma used to say, don't go where the path leads. Don't go where the path leads. Abandon the path and go where you want to lead. With all my love and best wishes, Robert S. Sinclair. The problem with the Sinclair, though, is I'm going to keep thinking of... And I know it's random. The Micromen BBC movie from 1 billion years ago about like the founding of Acorn Electronics, which eventually became like ARM, and Clive Sinclair, the guy who did like the Clive Sinclair and his electric car, Sinclair Electrics, Sinclair calculator. I'm gonna keep thinking about that dude. That is a great movie about the like kind of the early days of British computing. And I don't remember who the actor is. And I don't know who the real Clive Sinclair is. I have no frame of reference. We didn't have him on TV. But that dude's Clive Sinclair. Every time I see Sinclair, I'm thinking of Sinclair Electric's Clive Sinclair. So that's going to be a problem for me. The blueprint. You found the Mount Holly blueprint. This will serve as a useful map and inventory log during your adventure. You may access the blueprint by pressing tab. Got it. The antechamber. From its roots being before, all signs of the past point toward the entry. This is a mysterious sealed room resting on the 9th rank. May prove, however, still quite necessary to reach the land alone. You still have to find... You can't help but draw a connection between this room and room 46. Blueprint objective. Rooms 1 through... Okay. So we'll learn more about these rooms. Past the steps and beyond the Grand Horde mission to Hall, Grand Doors. The mission of the Mount Holly is Grand and Entrance Hall. From here, each guest adventure begins. However, the 3 doors that proceed onwards do not lead to the same adjoining rooms. And then we know nothing about these ones, right? Nor should we. Okay. All right. Again, Ace of Spades, Queen of Diamonds. I'm assuming there's going to be significance about that. Each time we change a room. So if we click on a door, select a room to draft. It's a drafting game. It's a board game. Whenever you enter this room, gain 2 and what? Okay, hold on. Or a closet that has 2 items. So is this a board game or is it a deck builder? Items. A key And a card key. An electronic key card. Opens electronically powered secure doors. Is it... What is this game? Okay. Corridor. The corridor is always left unlocked. A storeroom has one key, one something, and one something. Whenever you enter this room, gain 2. So let's get one of these bedrooms here. So it says whenever I enter it, whenever I get it. At the first time I enter it, I gain 2 of the things. 9 a.m. Does this actually matter? So we get +2. Is it literally every time I enter here? And is that also all that's in here? There's no point in trying to search for anything else. Alright, I'm going to make a video game assumption that that's literally all there is to this. That it expressly gives me its benefit. Its benefit is that it charges our meter here. The parlor, the lav, a guest bedroom that will give us a +10. If each time we enter this room, right? Each time we enter this room, we gain 2, so we could just walk back and forth in this room. We don't have to do anything about that. We don't know what the lav would do, so let's do the parlor, because that puzzle piece is intriguing at the moment. Alright. This box contains... The blue box contains the gems. This box is the black box. This box is the white box. This box is the black. This is the white. So this is the blue. Because this is telling us he is white. He is black. So if this is a puzzle for us to scrutinize, then the colors don't matter. This is giving us all the information to know this is the black box, this is the white box, so therefore the gems are in that box. Yeah, but you might not get over... You might not get an overspill of feet numbers. True. Why didn't you get your do-do-do-do-do-do? Good morning, Romandy Python. Why did you not get a do-do-do-do-do-do? That's my question. Maybe. Dear Herbert, it was a great honor receiving the invitation to dine at your estate at the Oldhams past Thursday. Again, this is from like 1993. These fucking Zennial dudes thinking that we all fucking fell out of the 50s. If I'm being frank, it had been quite a while since we had been seen in decent society. We were beginning to worry that my wife's wit had lost its charm. We would have been doing like Homie the Clown jokes from watching like A Living Color. That's not that long ago. I have no delusions. My company is her rival to hers. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much time discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles, and mentioned your rather singular parlor game I had played some years back, involving 3 boxes of different colors. You had pressed me to write the instructions, write the particulars. Again, I didn't sleep well when I found the time. I included this letter and all the details you need to share with you. Yours, M. Lowry. There will always be at least one box on display. Okay, there will always be at least one box which displays true statements. There will always be at least one box which displays false statements. Only one box has a prize. The other are always empty. So there will always be at least one box which displays true statements. There will always be at least one box which displays false statements. Okay. This has to be a false statement. This has to be a false statement. Therefore, this has to be a true statement. This is not the white box. This is not the black box. So then the true statement is the box contains blue. So this, we just listen to the black one and we're done. All right. So, yep. So we go up to the blue box and that's it. Lie, truth. Dun, 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 dun. There's your gems. I'm not like impressed with myself. That I think that is probably the lowest level puzzle you're going to run into. So I guess these rooms connect. Looking at the way this is laid out, am I... Well, I guess this could always be a dead end too, right? It could be like a weird circuitous corridor. I'm guessing I want to also draw these pieces in a way that I can make it to this antechamber, right? Let's test our theory of entering the bedroom. It resets each time. All right, so we're going to hump that closet is maybe a mistake in retrospect because we should really be ping-ponging through this bedroom when possible. So 46, 47. So this is just going to reset us. So it takes us 1 to get out, 1 to come back in. So this is a nice reset for these 2 rooms. But that's it. Storeroom, den. If we just pick the den, that will give us a... Then we'll have no other room. If we pick the storeroom, that's it. We're out of... We could go explore the outside, maybe. I feel like we have to pick the den. Because at least there's one more room we can go to after this. All right. Random jewel. Pawn. There's that door we go into. What did it say? It said it had a... Then just has 1 gem and that's it. There's nothing else here. All right. Corridor, always left unlocked. Spare room, pantry. Pantry has money. All things being equal. What happens if we try to draw a room that won't fit because there's no door here, right? You know what I mean? Like if we try to put this one here, or will it make sure that we can't draw ones that don't work in that capacity? Let's just pick the corridor, because the difference between the corridor and a spare room, they're saying corridor is always unlocked. Clock is moving a little bit. Clock is moving. Is there also a time that I'm not aware of? 44. So this is otherwise an empty room, right? Okay. Storeroom, hallway, pantry. Back to the same puzzle we had before, or problem we had before. Like pantry, hallways, storeroom will basically end the day. Part of me wants to try it just to see what happens. I don't think we're limited in the number of days we can have. We'll get to it. Eventually it's going to happen, I'm sure. Into the hallway. All right, so now we have 2 more draws. So the rooms themselves are also like the number of draws we have available. When we run out of unopened doors, we run out of options. The breaker box, the nook, the spare room. Gives us a bonus key. We gotta figure out what what a breaker box is. So let's do that. We have another room we can use. Card key entry system. Garage on. Vac indicators. What did we just do? Okay. That's something. Doors in the west wing are more likely to be locked. Well, in that case... Is that going to make it so the doors are free, or is it going to make... Okay, so here's the thing. That's one of 2 things. One, having that on means we can use our card key to open the door. And the default is that the doors are locked and you can't open them unless the power is on? Or is me turning the power off mean I don't need to use the keys, I can just open the doors? So I'm wasting footsteps ping-ponging back and forth, so we're just going to have to get this. That gives us 5 additional steps, but that ends unless we go outside. Gem requirement. Pantry. So at least it'll keep us going in the room, direction of the anteroom. Oh, they didn't say anything about additional steps from bananas. I didn't know that was a possibility. Use our key. Passageway Nook. Whenever you enter the chapel, you lose coins. Nook gain a... Can we rotate how that's placed? Because I don't like... I'd want that to go back towards the center. I guess chapel, because there's... I know we lose some coins, but we get multiple branching points here. Alright, so we should still be looking around in these rooms for stuff that isn't necessarily communicated. Was that a note? Where? Where, Mondi? Where? Where? Oh, it was. Thank you. Bridget, please pick up some more fruit before Friday. 50 steps should be more than enough. I may have to explore... 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges. Thank you. Yeah, you're right. Alright, so, alright. I gotta be a little bit more diligent about what I'm looking for. Oh, each time I... Oh, fuck. Alright, well, let's make this be a dead end for something valuable. Locked? Great. Is this it? Is this run over anyways? Storeroom. Passageway requires 2 gems. What does that mean, you require 2 gems? Okay, so this is that shape question. Like, what happens? It becomes a boarded up door. Okay, so you don't necessarily get yourself snookered. Locked. Locked. Is that it? Because once we leave this... Because it's going to take coins to get through here. Alright, we don't have a choice. There's... Okay. And then if we come back, we'll be out of coins. Right? And that'll be it. Watch for falling chandeliers. Good morning, Platty. I will. Again, I don't know what people do start playing. That's for you, though. Alright, we have all these steps left over. And... Alright, walking outside we know costs us a step. But there's nowhere else we can go. Oh, don't... Come on. Really? We can't possibly get past there. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Make a wish. Fuck it. I only got 1 coin left anyways. Here you go. Did it work? Did my wish work? Because even if we get back to the chapel, there's nothing to do on the other side of the chapel. So, is this like leave for the day, or... The grounds, private drive. So these still count as rooms, even though we're outside. Camping excursion here? What's going on out here? The campsite. Due to the rules set forth in your great uncle's will, you're not allowed to stay overnight in the state overnight. However, your scouting skills have been put to good use forever. Call it a day. Okay, so you can come to this is where we spend the night. Got it. Hate spring, little allergies. Word. Allergies, yeah. Same. Alright. I'm gonna avail myself, I guess, even though we have that card key. I guess we have to call it a night. Because, I mean, I can sit here long enough and we will get through here. $19.93. I'm not going to do that because that doesn't seem like it's a very fun stream. But I can eventually get to that. Jitterbomb, good morning. How you doing? Hold on. Those nobody's dudes are working. So I guess we'll go camp in a second. Let's exhaust our last meager efforts of exploring the outer boundaries. I'm pretty good. Tired, real tired. I slept like dog shit, but you know, we're here. We're gonna give it our all. We're gonna approach the day. You know, ready, willing, and somewhat able, etc., etc., etc. Excited for vacation. Started doing packing type stuff. All right, bit of allergies, been sneezing. Yeah. You know, did get confirmation for our sumo box seats. It'll be the 20th. So whatever day that is, day whatever, will be the 20th, and we will be at the B boxes, which are not the Pimp Extreme tools. This is the first time I played the game. I have a card key. We are not in the Pimp Extreme seats, but we are right behind Pimp Extreme. Yeah, so the first one I ever drew was the closet. I got a key and a card key. Then I drew the bedroom, and I went in here. Then I went to the parlor, and I got a couple gems for solving the parlor puzzle. Then the den, we just got an additional gem. Then the corridor, we didn't get anything. Hallway, we didn't get anything. Utility closet, I went to the breaker box and started messing with that. I didn't know whether I should have the breaker turned on for card key access or off for card key access. It defaulted to off. I turned it on and I flipped it back. So I wasn't sure if by having that on we can then use card keys, or having it off we don't have to use card keys. Pantry, ate a banana, got 4 coins. Into the chapel, passageway, or into the chapel, back to the pantry, chapel, passageway, chapel, 3 coins, last coin into the fountain. So I can't get back here anyways, but these are both locked doors. So all I can really do is go back here and flip the breaker box again, and then maybe use a card key somewhere, or I guess call it a day. That's it. So you've been caught up on my entire experience with this game, other than taking offense at whoever designed this game, thinking like in the year 1993 people would have been passing wills on fucking vinyl. What about the door in the chapel? Which door in the chapel? Locked. That one's locked. And this one goes to passageway. So I don't have any more keys. So that one's locked. So I can turn the breaker on and see if there's somewhere I can slap our card key, but that's about it. Use that as a free room unnecessarily. Yeah, I think so. I mean, Jin. This is, I am doing this very much as zero research. I have no idea. So this is the only thing where I can maybe make choices is, you know? Purple. One thing I recommend do is taking notes. You know me, I'm a note-taking machine. The VAC indicators. I'll even, if you guys want, I should have... Ignore the checklist for the moment. The last time I used my checklist was for purposes of Tokyo Extreme Racer, right? I can do one of these and put it here and put my thoughts down. Put my thoughts down in the form of .html. So hold on, let me remember how I put that file at. But yeah, I mean, we already beat Highway Gambler, so obviously we don't need to write that down anymore. I think that goes without saying. Okay, so like this is in no particular order. Here's what's in my head right now. Queen of Diamonds, of Spades. Queen of Diamonds and Ace of Spades came up. Save, and it should refresh automatically. The checklist, does it refresh automatically? If not, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this every fucking time. I'm not going to do that every time, but alright. We'll try. Queen of Diamonds, Ace of Spades. So the gymnasium, garage. These VAC indicators, I can make an assumption that I want to get these all to be purple by playing the lights out game, which I am bad at. I've never been good at this game. You basically have to get, like, it has to be, like, every other light. Right? That wouldn't be quite right either. So it'd be, like, red. Red, nothing. Red, nothing. Purples. Purples. Alright, I could sit there and fuck around with it all day, but there you go. So I'll turn the card key entrance, the card key system on at least. There's nothing in here for us to read. You got a camping cot, you got a duster of some sort, a stage. We already read this. Doors of West Wing are more likely to be locked. Unless there's more food, even if there's more food, it doesn't really matter. So I think we have to call the game day. It is now, the clock is advancing. So it was like 10 when we started. It's now 5 after 12. I don't think there was there any note in this room? I don't think there was. You're a chess pawn. And there was no note in here, right? Obviously, there's that note. Alright, so we might just do the... Alright, so that's important. For some reason, her photo can be selected. Greetings from Reddington. Alright. Hard to ignore that. Another gold pawn. There's cranes. Greetings from Reddington. Drawers are open. Clicking on everything. Okay. Closet open? Nope. Alright. So yeah, I'm guessing we'll choose called... Well, there was that one door. This is the last idea I have. There would look like there was one door that maybe could have been a digital card key. I don't think it was. It just looked like it was shut, but... Like this. Is there any chance... No, our card key does nothing. So I'll choose call it a day. Tomorrow you'll wake to find the room's estate as well as your current inventory has been reset. That's fine. I have 1 gem and the card key. Other than that, we need another run at drawing some rooms here. Snug little college, 12 rooms, rank reached 5, steps taken 54, items found 1. Did we even find an item? I guess. Well, what was the item we found? Save and continue. Blueprints, prints that lead before you. That's what I said. Now blueprints. Oh, that card key is. It's not just like a. Okay, because the key and the card key are not like 2 different forms of key. Day 2. Bum 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 bum. So we're starting at 8 a.m. Those birds are facing the same direction as last time. I remember those, and those look like the exact same birds. Queen of Diamonds, Ace of Spades, that's the same. Those dudes appear to be the same. Okay, same note. Let's get the doors. Den, Nook, Breaker Box. I feel like the Breaker Box is important, but I don't know why. But I feel like it is. Let's start off with a Nook. Let's get a key. Because we got snookered by keys last time. Let's get some keys handy. As you continue your journey, you might want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. On a pad, a scrap of paper, perhaps most fittingly a journal, prove it inevitably an invaluable tool you're having beside you on your journey. That Jin suggested to take notes. Alright, so this, we're now seeing rooks instead of pawns. This was in the closet before. So I know speaking my observations aloud is not the same as writing them down. But right this second, I don't know what's germane. I don't know what's important. So I just got to kind of start exploring it. Like, is it the direction of the wood grain? Is that... I don't know if that's important or not. So I don't know enough to know what's important. Guest bedroom, 10 additional steps. But it'll be a dead end. Well... which direction is west? Is this side of the map east? Excuse me. Yes, is this side of the map east and this side of the map is west? Because they said the west rooms are more likely to be locked. So if I do this and then close off my path to the east, is that a bad thing? I might regret that. I don't know. Right. Do you know what a red herring is? Yeah, it's you eat it with Wensleydale cheese. It's delicious. Do I know what a red herring is? The bad guy from a pup named Scooby-Doo. Parlor for the puzzle pieces. Storeroom for a key, a gem, and a coin. Pantry for coins, but also the pantry last time had bananas in it. So let's go ahead. These are all good. I want puzzle pieces. Just, yeah, give me puzzles. Give me puzzles. Give me work. This is the blue box. That's the true statement. The blue box is true. That's... the blue box is empty. That's a lie. The blue box is true. So at least one is lying. This one's telling the truth. This is telling the truth. Therefore, yeah, I know what a red herring is, Jin. It's a red herring. It's a dead end. In the cartoon, a pup named Scooby-Doo, young Fred was kind of stupid and gormless, and he'd always be, it's our arch nemesis, Red Herring, and there was like a kid named Red Herring. He had ginger hair, and he was running around, and it was never him. But yeah, it's Lupus from House. All right. Don't believe the red cards you see. Got it. Thank you. There will always be at least one box which displays false statements. So, okay. So the black, so two of them can be real. Two of them can be truthful. So since two of them can be truthful, this means the black one is lying, which means the blue box has the gems. There you go. Gems. Simple. Anything else? Storeroom, closet, den. I don't want to run out of spaces, so we'll just go with the den. I don't want to dead end to myself again. I don't want to run out of energy, but I don't want to dead end again. That's a pawn. We had a rook earlier. Fishing rod. Swans. Time. Green gem. Oh, that's useful. We can circle back. We'll leave this because I might need to connect that later. We'll move towards the antechamber, and we'll leave that one for the moment. The courtyard requires a gem. Lavatory is a dead end. I don't want to experience any dead ends, so I have to take the courtyard. All right. Get the shovel. Get the shovel. Shovel, thank you. Get in the shovel. I got the shovel. It could be useful for digging. Dig here! Ha-ha! Coin! Aha! Alright. Observatory. +1 star for each time you've drafted an observatory. Whenever you draft nursery, whenever you draft a bedroom, gain 5. That sounds great. What does that do to the map, though? We still have the entrance hall going in that direction, so it doesn't... And the den, so... Let's do that. That sounds really useful. That sounds real useful. Anything else we can get into here? Gem. Alright, so there's the Red Prince. There was once a red prince who sat on a red throne, had red crown made of rubies, and a red castle made of stone. Red prince had love for all things red. There's the only true cover, the prince often said. He could not stand the sight of a canary or a crow, could not stand the white of the swan in the snow. He never looked up for fear of the view. He had not heard the sky was not a red hue. He always had a book to turn his eye down if there was outside and the clouds weren't around. Do you know which book the prince always had? The one that made him happy whenever he was sad? A story he had read in the bath and the bed. Maybe you can guess it, of the clues that we've said. It was a story of a boy who also wore red, and he looked over Prince from his toes to his head. And as you, my reader, might already assume, this book is quite near you, in fact, in the same room. A story about you, if it needs to be said, about a red prince in his book, and in a red book we just read. Okay? Is there anything else we can interact with in this room? Pawns. The pawns keep appearing. Pawns keep appearing. Pawns keep appearing. Staircase. 4 stars. Alright. Let's go check the next side of the den. $47 steps. Guest bedroom, I'll get is 15, but I don't want a dead end yet. And we're on 47, so we'll go with the kitchen because it at least keeps an open path. And we can go down too. Does that have a basement? Is that a downward entrance? Kitchen menu, banana, club sandwich, bacon and eggs. Alright. We don't have the money right now, but maybe we can come back when we do? Anything else we can get into here? Dog food. Eat the dog food. Scale. Alright, I recognize these as paintings that have happened. Red. Blue. The stage is blue. Why would the stage be blue? The stage would be blue. It's my key! You may draw a new... Okay, so pantry will get us more coins, which we can use to get more food. Hallway gives us more options, because the pantry can be locked. Drawing room. You may draw new floor plans when drafting in this room. That sounds really useful. The hallway is going to be a dead end anyways, right? Pantry would be a dead end, so this is the only way that's going to give us another opening. The drawing room. Pawn. Drawing floor plans. Each time you click on a door, you will draw 3 floor plans from which you must select one to draft. However, there are some items and rooms that allow you to redraw if you do not like your initial options. Okay. Match sliding. Horse running. Dude. Banana phone. Okay. Press tab and look at the map. We have this back here. I know that. We still have this one. I'm trying to save that for last. I mean, the kitchen looks like I can go down. Or is that the island? The hallway would have gone east. If you say so. The way it looked like it was positioning it, I thought it was going to be a dead end. Alright. Alright. Passageway is good. It keeps everything open. Guest bedroom would be neat and all. Lavatory is a red room. I want to say I don't want any of these. Commissary. Closet. Bedroom. This is perfect. It's going to keep the path open. We're going to get 2 for entering here, and we're also going to get a bonus 5 for drafting it, so that sounds great. And then we get a little bit extra. Okay, so that's going to bolster us a little. Greetings from Reddington. Same Reddington. Different paintings this time. Same picture. Moon necklace. That's conspicuous. Okay. Locksmith. Keys for sale. Commissary closet. I don't want a dead end yet. See, this is when the commissary is going to loop us back into the kitchen, which means unless we can rotate, and I don't think we can. I've had no indication that we can rotate rooms. We can't get them anyways. We can only get the closet. So, oh, you have to select. Okay, we'll give me the closet. No gems, yeah. Key and a die. Ivory die. While drafting, you may use to re-roll new floor plans, okay? Last time, this was the safety pin. All right, let's head on back. That's going to reset us a little bit. Okay. Back to the start. All right, enjoy your daily. Thank you for the alert. Let's go ahead and open our last door, and hopefully it's not a bad one. All right, Rumpus Room, 8 coins. That sounds useful. We also have so yeah. No, we don't have any gems. Pantry will loop us into nursery. We'll make it a dead end. So let's redraw. Get something we can get through here. Hallway. Hallway will keep us alive unless it wants a key. We have 1 key, though. We have 1 key. Red flowers. Doors in the west wing are more likely to be locked. So maybe it's the doors in the east wing are more likely to be locked. Pantry will keep us alive. Also get an apple. We can always head back to this kitchen and buy more stuff if we need more steps, but we're okay on a steps perspective. So we'll keep on heading in this direction. Chapel, guest bedroom, storeroom. Kind of have to select the chapel, but it's dead ends. Guest bedroom. Well, we got one. If we go to the chapel, we got one door up, so we got to take the chapel. We have to take the chapel. To keep the string going, we got to take the chapel. Bishops. Bishop in the chapel. Commissary, breaker box, lavatory. Commissary keeps us going, but we don't have any gems. Fuck it, give me the lav. We haven't had one of those before, so let's take it. Rook. The bird or rook, and that's more chest stuff. Alright. We have a ton of energy, but does not really matter. Buy our banana. Because might as well. Drawing room would have been good, but we wound up losing one of the openings for the drawing room, so. Alright. I guess we'll call it a day. Well, let's check outside if there's anywhere we can use the shovel, right? Because shovels typically are used out of doors. Let's try to get lucky. Is there anywhere outside we can use a shovel? Throw a coin in the wishing well, certainly. These are just dead ends, right? Okay. So not down here. You have the campsite in the apple grove. The one door we can't get past, even though it just looks like we could maybe hop through that gate. It shouldn't be a big deal. We can't get through there. Bird bath. A bird bath. Can't get through there. Anywhere else we can shovel. Thank you, Screaming Platypus. Thank you so much. Is there another place we can shovel? Just whilst we have our shovel. Shovel the stump. Cannot shovel a stump. Down here, I think it's kind of a dead end. Cannot shovel down here. Cannot shovel down here. You cannot shovel here. You cannot shovel here. You cannot shovel here. You cannot shovel here. Apple Grove. Again, I could brute force this. I feel like that'd be boring though. So I'm not gonna do that. Alright, call it a night. Call it a day. Go ahead, call it. Let's try again. Fresh draws. And not just like clean underwear, but brand new draws. Mount Holly, quaint cottage. Rank reached 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They keep calling these ranks, which is a chessboard. That's chessboard nomenclature. These are your ranks and these are your files. So there's a lot of chess references here. For the moment, I guess our main goal should be to get to the anteroom, more than anything else. Day 3. Starting at 8 a.m. again. Spades and... Okay, that's the same each time. Much better Texas Hold'em. Intuition is not your strength. Platty, I'm sure you're strong at whatever you want to be strong at. Parlor for the puzzle piece, den for a lot of options, and an additional gem. Let's do that. More doors. Keep our opportunity to get doors open. Get this gem. Pawn. This direction. Bedroom 2. Coat check. Check one item and retrieve it for another day. Useful. You just have a smarter gut than head. Got it. Bedroom is okay. We'll pick the coat check. All right. Because that could be cool. And it doesn't use all of our options, right? We still got another door we can pull. Bedroom. Get +2. That heads in the right direction. Bully. So this is basically a free room. We can ping pong back and forth between those two and not really worry about losing anything. Okay. Drawing room. Requires a gem. Spare room. But the drawing room we only have one option. Well, commissary we have no options. Spare room we have one. The drawing room sounds good, so we'll get that reroll. So we'll take the drawing room. Doors boarded up. I love the idea of the nursery for free. We don't have any gems, so it doesn't matter. So you get the free additional floor plans. Or the steps. Corridor is okay. It's not great, but it's okay. Ideally, like chapel sounds good, but we don't have any money to deal with the chapel. So let's go ahead and use our reroll. Greenhouse. More likely to require green. So we can't do if it's any good. Pantry is not as good as the chapel as far as opening is concerned, but hey, we'll get some free steps. We'll get some coins. We're going to keep on keeping on. Commissary, closet, guest bedroom. Well, it's got to be the guest bedroom. Closet, 2 items. Maybe we do want... 2 items. Because we can check them. So, key... and key. Silver key. Unlocking a door with a silver key leads to a room with many doors. Interesting. Let's do... So, okay, we can always store that if we need to, so... But we've already kind of exhausted our eastern side of the building. So, despite me going like, oh, yeah, we're going to try to keep the options open, we run out of options. Okay. All right. Let's go to the side then. Well, let's go up the gut, up the middle. Corridor, parlor. Parlor will wind up being a dead end though, because that's going to wrap us into the coat check. So we have to take the corridor. Spare room, chapel, breaker box. Chapel, not awesome. Breaker box, dead end, spare room. All right, rank 3. Tape, Paint. Parlor, commissary, storeroom. Parlor will keep us alive. Commissary keeps us alive, but we don't have any gems, so parlor. Welcome to my parlor. Welcome to it. This box contains gems. This other box contains 2 gems. All 3 boxes contain gems. That's false. That can't be true. Only one has... So the blue is a lie. Blue is a lie. Okay. So could both be lies and could be trues. The other 2 boxes contain gems. This doesn't tell us anything about this. This box contains gems. Okay. So we know the blue is a lie. So both of these can be true, or one of these can be true. We know that this is also a lie, so this is true. Because again, you can only have one. So that's a lie, that's true. The black box has the gems. It shouldn't have taken me that long. If I were to ask the other box if it contained gems, what would the other box tell me? Parlor. Alright. Nook, gain us additional key, but that ends us. Closet, breaker box. Nursery. I still don't know what the point of the breaker box is. I'm not saying it's not important. I'm just saying I don't know. So let's take the nursery for the additional steps. Matching the tree. Worst case scenario, we drop the silver key off, right? And then save it for a future day. The pool adds locker room, sauna, and pump room to today's draft. Bunk room counts as 2 bedrooms or a dead end. I guess the pool. But that's it for our gems. Crowbar. Let's head to the far side here. Pool world. The draft pool is your deck of potential floor plans. Each time you draft, 3 random floor plans are drawn from draft. The odds of drawing a specific floor plan may differ on the room. Some floor plans added to the draft are no running. Got it. Do not run in here. Utility closet, nook, commissary. Nook it is. Get us a key. Honestly, almost looking forward to a locked room. Right? So we can get many... Use our silver key. Or do we use the silver key from here? No. I don't know. This is the floor plan. This is the floor plan. 5 by 9. With the antechamber up there. This room we're in right now is marked with an E. That's actually where we are. Huh. Take a screenshot of that. I don't know. But yeah, like I said, the chess boards don't have 9 ranks, though. That's the thing. This is where you go to get promoted. That's your, technically, you know, I guess you get promoted on the 8th rank. But a chessboard actually only has 8 ranks. This is 9. You can kind of see, like, they have this, to me, looks like it's like an additional 1 beyond. So there's definitely chess is somehow involved in this. Staff notice. Out of respect for the late Lady Clara Espin, the west room will be closed until further notice, while the floor plans associated with this room have not been removed from the pool. We ask the floor plans have not been removed from the pool. Is that as in like the pool room or the drawing pool? Okay. We ask the staff to refrain from drafting them during this morning. Likewise, any may draft. Alright. Story here. Passageway, hallway. Hallway is a bit of a waste. It'll dead end. Passageway will keep us alive. Storeroom would be nice because we don't have any gems. We have keys. We don't have any gems. We'll pick passageway for the meantime. Just no two. We can't. We don't have 2 gems. Okay, got it. There you go. Sorted. 1 coin. 1 key. 1 gem. Again, pawn. This was in the nursery at one point in time, and now it's not. Guest bedroom commissary. Chapel has multiple options. It'll cost us coins, but we don't have to worry about running out. Bishop. Again, the bishop is in the chapel. Boudoir, garage, guest bedroom. Boudoir keeps us alive. Keeps us moving. Milady's boudoir. Safe. 1983 is when she died. Do we have to turn the power on, maybe? Syncoco. A man unattended in the boudoir. Mwahaha! What would I do? Alright, so we know she died in 83. Queen of Diamonds, again. It's gonna play for us? Nope. Lady Clara died in 83. We can try that outside. Christmas. For Christmas, she got the safe. Safe was a present. Kowalski analysis. I mean, yeah, there's a safe here. We've not been given any other numbers other than 83, and it is 1993, and she died in 1983. Let's keep going. Lavatory, hallway. Hallway keeps us alive. Well, no, it doesn't. Hallway dead ends us like anything else. Fuck. We got that one more room for the chapel, but that's going to be it. So I guess at that point in time, I'll take the extra steps. Right? Just want to write you quick to thank you for the weekend. I had a bit thrown time with the hunt with Lord Evanston, whose particular person on someone of your own abs. I also got to appreciate the new game, the billiard room. It's been ages since I've seen a billiard room in the house, so I was beginning to suspect you retired for him. Was well with enjoy mathematical. Whoever this is, Ed Hardy. Signed, Ed Hardy. P.S. Please find enclosed tattoo and T-shirt. Your friend Sailor Jerry. Basketball. All right. Alright, so worst case scenario, we drop the silver key. Worst case scenario, we drop the silver key off. Draw one more. Observatory, sauna. Tomorrow you start with extra 20-day steps. That's at least something. We could use our last gem. Let's just do this. We got a star. That painting had 4 stars on it, representing I do not know what. Red planet, Mars. Tie. Pitch it up. Nope. (1809). This book's going to be star basic on the constellation appearance. It's one. Depending on the number of stars that can be seen in the sky on a given day, different constellations will be visible, sometimes more than one during a single day of this book. North Star, 1 gold. The Twins, 2 trunks have been added to the entrance hall. The Slice, 3 steps. Diamondus Mirror, +1 gem. Southern Cross, rooms with 4 doors are more common. Farmer's Apple, apples are extra delicious. Clavis, the key. 5 the diamond. Draxus, the dead. Dead end rooms are more common today. The Sail, 15. 20. Rooms. Alright, so we actually seeing stars in the sky? Just fun shit to spin. One star. Got it. So that's our gain 1 gold. All right. We didn't really get any locked rooms. That's kind of funny. So we had the silver key, but didn't get any locked rooms. Don't run in the pool. I feel like there should be a painting there. We'll go to the coat check. Here you go. Check an item. Silver key. Alright. Uh, 1803 was also a number that we saw. We'll try 1803 on the safe. Right? Go back to the boudoir. Check 1803. Nope. Alright, that was the only other number we had. Call it a day. Yep, call it. Does it? I assume it doesn't reset our stars each. It does. Because every time you get the observatory, so you have to go to the observatory 20 times to get that top tier. Whatever. Still only rank 4. 47 steps. 1 item found. We checked it. 8 new rooms. Save and continue. Day 4. Alright. Again, same plan. Let's try to keep from running out of rooms. That seems like that's a lot easier said than done. Or the flowers. I wasn't paying close attention to flowers. I should start doing that. pantry. Avoid dead ends. Get the coins. We'll leave. Take the apple. We can overcharge, right? Yep. Chapel corridor. Corridor. Wish you could rotate the rooms. Spare room coat check. We could get the silver key back. And we can always recheck it again. So we'll take that. Be foolish not to take it. Okay. And I guess we can always check it back in when we're done. So if we don't use it this time, we can recheck it. Or one thinks. Okay. Drawing room is big, but we don't have any gems. Hallway it is. Commissary, storeroom, parlor. Parlor will also keep us alive. There are 3 boxes in this room. There are 2 boxes in this room are empty. 1 box, okay. All right. This box is one of the 2 empty boxes. There are 2 boxes in this room that are empty. There are 3 boxes in this room. One of them has to be telling a lie. The rule is one has to be a lie. One has to be false. This is true. There are 3 boxes in this room. So that's truth. 2 of the boxes in this room are empty. That also has to be true. This box is one of the 2 empty boxes. That's false. But then if that has the gems, that has to be telling the truth. So this is telling the truth. This is telling the truth. This is empty. These 2 are empty. This one has... That's also telling the truth. Shit, so this is telling... Wait. Fuck. The black one. This is undeniably a true statement. There are 3 boxes in this room. Based on the rules of this game, this is undeniably a true statement. 2 of the boxes are empty. This box is one of the 2 empty boxes. There will always be at least 1 box which displays only true statements. There will always be at least 1 box which displays only false statements. Only 1 box has a prize within. All right, so I'm going to try it this way. This, you can almost treat this as irrelevant, right? If this is true, then the box is empty. If this is false, then the box is empty. So no matter what, we're not opening this box. Whether this is true or false, doesn't matter. This box is empty. If this is a true statement, only the truthful box has gems in it. Right? It doesn't say that. There will always be at least 1 box which displays only false statements. I made up the rule that the true box has gems in it. So the false box can have the gems in it. So the gems are in the black box. That's true. That's true. This is false. The box is not empty. I added a rule that didn't exist. That only the truthful box had gems. A lying box can have gems. All right. Sorry that took me so long. Den. We'll take it. Lots of openings. Well, more openings. That is always a pawn room. Gem. So we even get the gem back that we lost to get in here. We'll keep soldiering in this direction. Drawing room is huge. Keeps us going. It makes it hard for us to get snookered here. We get 2 draws on it. That's big. That's very, very big. Greenhouse. I don't even think I know what a green room is. We're not at any danger of running out. We don't have any keys. Well, we have their silver key. The drawing room can connect here. We can redraw so we can keep alive. So let's take this greenhouse. Let's explore our greenhouse for once. Get the watering can. First time you enter each green room, use 1 water and gain gem. Okay. So that's what the green rooms do, is you can... There's a handle for this thing. I'm going to try to memorialize that. Alright. Redraw. Courtyard is green. What does that do on our map, though? Keeps us alive. Nook is pretty good, too. But it'll cost us gem, but we'll gain a gem. Cost and gain. Alright, no shovel. Metal detector, though. Nice. Greater chance of finding keys and coins. Okay, courtyard, don't let me down. Bedroom, guest bedroom, nook. Nook keeps us alive. Alright. Thank you, metal detector. We might save that. What? Ah, oh, there's multiple keys here. Okay, metal detector is dope. Secret passageway. Costs a gem. Security. View an inventory of all the items in the house. These are rooms of your choice. That does... it has to be security. We don't want to dead end ourselves, so... We'll take security. Oh, a cutscene! I feel like this is an important room to discover. I'm trying to think what game this is like. It's very much a board game, become digital. So it's clearly a drafting game. We can affect the deck slightly, so it's like Dominion cross Slay the Spire mixed with Myth, or mixed with, you know, like an old Sierra game. I guess this is an extremely important room for the amount of we're given to it. They like that delay. Alright. Blue memos equal truths, red memos equal lies. Jin alluded to it as much. Okay. Oh, let's hack the matrix. View estate. Following as detailed items currently in the house have yet to be collected, so nothing. Key card system. Security doors or doors within the estate can only be opened with electronic key card. Is currently optional. Key card system. Settings. Security. Change security level. Low. You should expect 1 or 2 security doors with a high or... You should expect to see 1 or 2 security doors with... Okay, yeah, low. Confirm setting. Change to offline mode. This mode determines... That was the question we had. The default setting security doors will be set if the power is lost. As a general rule, offline mode should be set to unlocked. So if we cut the power, then the doors are open. Log into the network. Terminal password 1983. Incorrect password. Log into network. Red Castle. Akagi! Nope. Incorrect password. We're just going to try a couple here. Red Prince. Incorrect password. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. Doesn't mean the password has to be 12 characters, but there's 12 spaces there. So, brain peeled for 12 space thingy things. Alright, reds are lies. Until further notice, the antechamber has been unlocked, and access levers are no longer required to grant entry. Therefore, we have to use access levers to gain entry. Got it. Key access are more likely to appear in higher ranks of state. Likely, a redundant secured normal doors in the state will be more likely to be locked as you progress north. Effective the first week of December, payroll, all licenses will have to be electronic lanes. 2 of these terminals can be found in security, where the punch clock used to be. Terminal password begins with an S. Sinclair? Sinclair security? Begins with an S. Or is that an 8? Potentially obscured. And it might just be a series of numbers. All right, let's keep going. We don't have any gems. Furnace. Nope. Spare room is a dead end for us anyways. But we can't use the nursery, so spare room it is. Second to last door, but the last important door. Passageway, we don't have the gems. Storeroom. Archives. While drafting, you'll no longer be able to see all 3 of your potential floor plans. Well, would it be worth a shot? It's just it'll keep us alive. You know what I mean? What kind of data can we acquire here? Marigold wins her. Popular Marigold Marion adds to the Swimbird. has been looking at this. Swimbird starts with an S. Swimbird author never considered herself successful. Marigold, 1985. She was no church of public closest living relation of H.S. Sinclair. Mary began using Marigold as a pair name. Political associations from the family. She confirmed my son was the only one who never. That's our mom. Good morning, Taltube. I assume this is our mom. She found the thumbs on what got me. I always challenge myself to thumbs. Marigold was elaborating that her debut book, Red Prince, is based on her son's inflexible love for the color red. A statement has been held with much skepticism, thinly veiled critique of the Royalist Party, and I remember. All right, so that's our mom. Oh, 86. Caleb Manning and his publisher, Philip White, released 24 names appearing on the Trinsdale bombing that killed 4 people, although no group has come forth. The RCLF called himself the Children of Blackwater. Ruffington Press was quick to dismiss rumors in the statement. I maintain the author, Mr. White, please. But not be the 30 years ago, the associate under criminal conspiracy. Marigold drops publisher. Local officer in Arizona, Marigold. Mary Marigold announced so there's anything with the Ruffington Post. Caleb Manning, who Marigold. Dropping by, gotta lay down. Enjoy. I'm having fun. Yeah, this is an interesting game. I'm still getting to grips with exactly what it is. But thanks for stopping by. Enjoy your lay down. I hope your Dutch siesta is fantastic. I wish that for you. Tucked into the new world this morning. Feel free to tell me all about it. Was seen the corner. This is flipped over. This is not. I feel like this is the back side of the cutout. Didn't pay attention to amount of hours. Got it. I feel like this is flipped over. No traces discovered of Cinca. Cinca starts with an S, Eris. But search continues. Cinca is the name of the vault people, by the way. Handful of stories around Mary Marigold was last seen around 5:45 on Friday. Getting in a carriage a late luncheon date at the 100 Bells room with Mrs. Jones never arrived home. I had a character. Holy shit, it just keeps going. Thieves in the royal capital of Fen Eris closed exhibits. At least not today, as local police and forensic experts. Museum authorities said they were alerted to by the middle of the night, reports of several masked intruders breaching the southern wall and brandishing firearms with intruder by the museum. Royal Guard. By the time the militia arrived on the scene, the burglars had simply vanished. Although the official register of lost jewels has not been announced, among the treasured artifact was rumored to be. All right, enjoy your nap, Tal. The priceless crown jewel whose many fails present that if these rumors are true, evidence makes it politically motivated, and that's it. I feel like this is the back. I feel like this is the back side of a cutout because that's not how you cut out articles. This belongs over here and has transferred over. It got stuck, right? This should go over here. See what I mean? This goes here. This belongs here. That's how you cut out an article. See how they're doing it like this? This got stuck over here. It transitioned. This should go over here. But I don't know how to do. I don't know what to do with that. But I'm telling you, that's what that is. That is the backside of an article. Archives. We only got one. We only got 2 possible doors. It's going to be random and we're not going to know what it is. Special keys. Use the silver key. Hell yeah. Conference room. Whenever items will be spread throughout the house, they are placed in this room instead. Dining room. End of each day, a meal served after rank 8 has been reached. Confidential floor plan. It should, because it's the silver key though, there should be a lot of openings. So I don't think it's necessarily going to be a bad room. Let's do it. Yeah, great hall. This is not a bad room for us at all. Metal detector. Ah, coins. All right, this will take us to our next level. Use the key. Secret passage, chapel, archive floor plan. Oh, so this archiving goes on forever. That sucks. Okay. Ten. Well, that sucks. Dicks. Terrace. Green rooms do not cost to draft. Patio spread. Ooh, In what direction is that bended? That goes the wrong direction. Terrace is a dead end, though. We still have the other option to go here to go up. So let's go ahead and take the terrace. Watering can. Because green rooms are good. Coins. Does it still cost you foot? I think it still costs us a foot no matter what. I won't lie to you. I haven't been giving much thought to our feet. It's going off like there's something in here. But I don't know what. Am I missing something? Like, it's not a very big room. Is it maybe going through the walls? We don't have any keys left, so this would be a real bitch if you need a key. Alright. So we have the archive still and pillage the room. I'm pillaging, but we don't have that many keys. This hallway and the Great Hall. So we still have a couple chances to get more keys if we need them. So archive. The other archive room. Let's try a swim bird for our password. That starts with an S. Incorrect password. Maybe it's all one word. No. Okay. It's worth a shot. Worth a flutter. Okay. So archives. This archives is kind of a dead end, but it'll give us a chance to get a key to keep going up the great room. Nursery. You cannot see floor plans while drafting in this room. Nursery's a dead end. But I guess the nursery could have a key. There's no reason to think the nursery won't have a key. So let's take it. Dice are useful. If we can come up with a key, that will help us get past this great hall. So here we can try to get a key, and here we can try to get a key, and that'll be it. And then if not, we'll have to store either probably our metal detector, because I think the watering can has finite charges. I guess the fastest way down here is going to be I mean, it's the only way. Archive, security, Nook. Security has a night in it. So I'm going to start writing some of this shit down. Do I know if any of this is relevant? I don't know. All right. Pawn rooms. Nope. Pawn rooms. Bishop rooms. Knight room. I think rook. We ran into a rook room, but I don't remember what the rook room was. We'll have to go and revisit. So pawn, knight, bishop, rook. So the knight security. Bishop room is the chapel. All right, those I know for sure. Outside of that, I'm just guessing. All right. So we'll have to pay close attention to that. So before it's all said and done, we'll do a loop through and make sure that we identify all the rooms. All right, so the nook is a rook room. Nook is rook. Or excuse me, yeah, nook. All right. Courtyard doesn't have any pieces in it, right? Drawing room's a bishop room. All right, go through our den. Den's a bishop room as well, isn't it? Or that den's a pawn room. Then open a door, pray for a key. Commissary items for sale. That could include a key. That's our last gem, though. Staff notice. Yep, security. Right. Commissary will be closed day 12 to day 16. So that's a lie. Without. This was in the storeroom. Days 20 and 21 half off. Okay. I need keys. They're not going to give me keys. All right, sledgehammer then, I guess. Or running shoes. What do the running shoes do? Running shoes will probably save energy. Sledgehammer, I guess. Can shatter padlocks on locked trunks. No, we know what it is. The tennis shoes were probably better. All right, so we have one last chance to get keys, which is going to be this. Oh. Here to here. Doors in the West Wing are more likely to be open. Right, so if this is never each heard, so we like to run up the left side when possible. Billiard room. Billiard room will have a puzzle piece, but will dead end. Chapel won't have a key. Let's do the billiard room so we learn what this puzzle is. And is there maybe a key in here? Interesting. Why is that highlighted? It's a safe. Is this a safe? Is 6, right? And then 20 triple 3 is 29. Is this maybe a negative? So is this 17? 20 minus 21 is negative 1. 11. 6. 23. That's what doesn't make sense. Single 20 plus treble is 29. That's higher than the board goes. So it can't be plus. It'd have to be minus. Right? Would be 11. 11. 6. Is it just... Is it not counting the triple? Is it just single? Is it just 17 then? 13. 4 times 2 is 8. Your order of operations. Five. So I guess the order, it can't, so you have to discard the order of operations. It has to be 10 minus 5 times 4 is 20. That's the only way that makes sense. Hooray, we got a key. That's what we needed the whole time. Great. Great. Great, great, great. Let's see if we can figure anything else out in this room. Get some booze. So we have 20 steps to get back to the Great Hall. Thank you. And use the silver key. Let's see if we can solve this. They said this is a puzzle too. Or is this, or that was the puzzle. That's the only puzzle? Okay, so I figured that. All right, so that was the puzzle. I thought maybe it was going to be a billiards puzzle. Can't select anything else. All right. These balls moving. Okay, so we'll go. We have to go one way. So 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're running out of steps here. Did we ate the food in the pantry? All right, so we are going to run out of steps getting out of here. 1, 2. We have our dice to reroll, which is awesome. We have the silver key, which guarantees bigger rooms. So up through the den. Through the courtyard into the nook. Will I be able to make it back to the coat check to drop off anything? I might not. Alright, we'll see. Security. Archives. Great Hall. Use the silver key. Fuck! Really? After all that. Okay. Yeah, right? It's alright. Anything worth doing, right, could be a challenge. We're just shy of... Unless there's more food in here. There is not. Yep. Call it a day. Fuck. Alright. So we We didn't have our stuff left over. Would have been nice to save the metal detector or the sledgehammer or the anything, really. Rank of 6, that's further, 57 steps. Items found 4. New room 7. Okay. And that's, I think we'll save and continue, but we'll wrap up here. I got to get ready to get to work here. So, yeah, again, thanks, Jenner Baum, for directing this game to my attention, Blueprints. I'll keep poking at it. I'm going to do zero research. I'm not going to look into anything. I'm not going to... You will see what I uncover as I uncover it, as I figure stuff out. And hopefully that provides some form of entertainment. I keep expecting the pictures to change, but they really haven't. Not really. But okay. Oh, house history, room directory. Oh, okay, so we can go back and see. Rustic. Oh, the house changes. Oh, snug little cottage, rustic villa. Oh, isn't that nice? Okay, cool. All right. Yeah. On that note, we'll go through and do our thing. So, yeah. Real Mighty Python, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for chatting as always. Extreme Platypus, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for chatting as always. Jennerbaum, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for chatting again. Jennerbaum, thanks for suggesting the game. And Taltube, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for chatting as well. Hopefully you enjoy your nap. As far as plans for the rest of the week are going, I'll probably play Blueprints when I'm not doing any collab stream. We've got to figure out what the days everything is. If you go by the Discord there's an events calendar. It'll tell you when I'm collab streaming with Taltube, Jennerbaum, Paperweight, or anyone else I might be playing games with. It's usually those three. But you can go check that out if you are so very interested. Other days I'll probably just go ahead and play Blueprints. This is going to be the last week where I'm sort of guaranteed to be able to stream games every day. We will be in Japan starting next week, basically until the end of May, so for about a month. So I'll try to stream from there as well, but again, I don't know how that's going to manifest. You know, I just don't know. So I'd like to, but we'll see what actually winds up happening. Odds are I'll probably be posting YouTube videos instead. So the link to the YouTube, I try to upload the streams there same day I make them. I might make tweaks, changes, adjust the audio, that stuff if I'm too loud, someone's too quiet, or there's parts I gotta fast forward through. So the YouTube is basically a better version of the VOD, if you're interested in a better version of the VOD. I get credit for people watching shit on YouTube. I don't get credit for people watching on Twitch. So, you know, it's in my interest for you to do either. I just want you guys to enjoy the videos, but letting you know that's there. To everyone else who's watching me stream, I'd like to watch me play video games. You did not have to watch me play video games. You could have played video games yourself. You could have done something utterly unrelated to video games. You could have watched a movie, and ironically enough, as related to this game, like I said, this past weekend, went back and watched Knives Out again. Rainn Wilson, Rian Johnson's first whodunit in the Benoit Blanc series of films. The second one, Glass Onion, being dog shit. I didn't care for it all. But Glass Onion is very good. Jamie Lee Curtis, Don Johnson, Ana de Armas, Chris Evans, and of course Daniel Craig as the titular. He's not the titular. He's the main character, Benoit Blanc. Christopher Plummer as Harlan Thrombey, and Frank Oz as the lawyer for the Thrombeys. A good whodunit, a good mystery film. Watched it again. Watched it also with the director's commentary to see what he thought about it. It was nice to get through. I will say though that in the director's commentary, he kind of hinted at what I liked about this movie and what I didn't like about his other movie, Glass Onion, to the point where I'm like, the things that you're outlining make a good one of these films. You specifically didn't do. You did the bad things. The things you said not to do, you did them in the second movie. So make heads or tails of that. I don't know what that means, but you know, that's what happened. But yeah, you didn't watch Glass Onion, you watched me play video games. I might not understand the decision, but I appreciate you making it nonetheless. To everyone who wasn't watching me, I'd like to thank you for not watching me. I appreciate when people don't watch me, because I appreciate when people leave me the fuck alone. Let's go ahead and raid our friend Paperweight. I don't know if he's getting ready to be done or not, but we're still going to go over to see him. And on that note, I hope everyone has a good day. Peace out and deuces. Y'all be good. Bye, everyone.